chats with mothers to help them prioritize their busy lives.
So, one of the things that I found is that as a mom, we're
Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to the broadcast. This is going to be a big call tonight. I hope you're ready. Get out your paper and your pad. It's going to be a great, great, great scope tonight. Invite your friends. Candace Arnold is in the house. Good to see you, Candace. Good to see you.
Whatever we do for ourselves is what we are giving to our family.
You guys are going to love this scope. Invite your friends, and it's okay to heart.
I'm always ready to work out. So I always bring with me my jump rope.
I'm thinking it's going to be maybe 40 minutes.
Easy
40
way
minutes.
to
I'm
get
going to
your
try to
workout
make it 40
in
minutes.
any day,
Thank you, Candace, for inviting followers. Learn the
How
way.
about
It's coming.
dads have one
Guys,
too?
invite your friends. Let's pack it out. If you know any authors, speakers, coaches, bloggers, experts, anyone that's got programs they're selling. Hey, I'm here. Hubby said, is the mom lady on tonight? Is she out? You in? Oh, did I get you in a good mood? Oh, that's so funny. I love it. I put you in a good mood. Okay, awesome. You're gonna love this scope tonight.
Guys, tell me, how are you already blending in your life? How are you taking care of yourself while you're taking care of your children?
I have a best girlfriend who's a trainer who created a way in which we literally work out in her garage while our kids play outside. So we're getting me.
We're gonna get started, guys. If you know anyone on Twitter, anyone on Facebook that can benefit, let them know.
Groups, and
yes, looks like I need it.
The groups has been
4 parties going on and 2 sales. Okay, you got 4 parties going on and 2 sales. All right, we're going to talk about that tonight. Hey there, Ebony, good to see you.
That moms aren't necessarily looking to balance their work and
Lisa
their life.
Scope is in the house.
More of its joy. Creating opportunities to experience
Thank you so much for the hearts, guys.
In your life is the goal.
Let's share the love.
Next time you and your family need a getaway, try a staycation. What I mean by that is explore in your hometown. Play a tourist. This might be exactly what your family needs to refuel and
I know you hearted up. I appreciate
even
you
in the middle of your busy lives.
Tiffany
Remember,
is in the house.
When mama's happy, everyone else is happy.
Now, when most people think of dating, they think of being single, going out on the town. But when you're married with kids, that's when the real dating fun should begin.
It sure is. Well, our
We're
mom
gonna get started,
strategist
guys.
explains
Maybe
why
a
and
minute and a
shares her
half or
rules
so.
of family dating.
Let's give people time to sign
This is something
on.
you've probably not thought about, but it's worked really great for me.
Thank you
and
for
it is
inviting your
dating
friends.
your family. And, because you have 6 children, one of the things that works terrific is to be able to date at home. And what I get a lot of my clients to do is to create a dating box. And in that box, you and your husband can put things that you want
guys, why
to
don't you
enjoy
let me know,
together.
what are your
Because sometimes we have opportunities to
do you
date
have?
our
What kind of
partners,
business are
but
you
we
in?
don't have
Let me
a whole
know.
lot of
Just
time.
write
It
it
might
in
be
here
you have
so I
90
know what your
minutes,
business is.
But by the time he has to go and get the movie
Okay, you got your team
get a
manager to
meal,
come. She's gonna
the
love
time
it.
that you
Okay,
would have spent
awesome.
together is
Thank
gone.
you for doing
Thank
that.
you, Mia. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Mompreneur is here.
Well,
Good to
welcome
see you.
the author of Time for Mommy,
Nicole is in the house.
365 Daily Strategies
Hey
for
there.
Self-care. Mia Redrick.
This is
Mia,
gonna
thank
be
you
a
so
great
much.
one.
Stand up, please.
I'm fired up.
Pleasure.
I've had a busy day today.
I really feel for this family. You did help them with some tips, but what can we all take away from this?
Well, Dear Time is such a simple way to build quality in your family time and to make self-care
darling. Good to
a
see ya.
reality every single day. It's simple.
So drop everything and read.
Drop everything and read. It will allow the kids to see mom and dad having some downtime, and it becomes part of the family culture, self-care.
So what about the fact that she has no time to herself? She sits in her car and listens to the radio.
We're going to get started in 30 seconds. If there's anyone you want to invite them on Twitter or
what we talked about was them
Facebook
giving one another
share in
permission
person.
without guilt.
And if you're watching the
supporting
replay,
that
remember,
time, understanding
your
you need
hearts
that
do
when you have
count.
two
Your
young
hearts do
children.
count. Samira
They're a
Jones is
couple
in the
that
house.
wants to be
The
together. They
bounce
don't
back
wanna be apart.
strategist. You guys
And
need to follow
you
her.
see that when they
You're
start
doing
to
household
date,
chores.
just
Well,
dance together.
I'm keeping you company. I love it.
Reconnect immediately.
I saw you covering your ears when that was happening. Why?
It's emotional.
Yes, it is. Because I love my husband and we all forget why we got married.
Yeah, it is a great blending. I love you guys using blending. Hey, darling, good to see ya. Here are my people. All right. I'm getting better with the flip. Hey there. Hey there. It's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist, and I'm excited about this topic tonight. I feel like it's a little crooked. I'm excited about this topic tonight, okay? And I hope you guys are too. I'm going to try to keep this scope to about 40 minutes. I'm going to keep it to about 40 minutes, but it's a big topic. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. You guys can always check me out, my past scopes, at katch.me, katch.me, and just search Mia_Redrick. Or you can go to my website, sign up for my newsletter list. Hey, darling, good to see you. MiaRedrick.com, MiaRedrick.com. Good to see you, Patrina. Good to see you. D Block is in the house. Good to see you as well. And for those of you who are new, there are quite a number of new people here on the scope. Let me formally introduce myself. Nice to meet you. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. And you know what? Here's my story. 13 years ago, I decided that I wanted to go to work as myself. Okay? And I had a background, hey there, I had a background as a corporate trainer, and I loved being a mom, and I wanted to combine those things into a business. I wasn't really sure how, and so I had to get some support. You have so much energy. I'm going to put some from you, Mia. Hey, look, I get to do what I love to do. When you do what you love to do, guess what? You're energetic, okay? And that's the reality. It's like, I'm actually working. This is like not working. I get to talk to you guys about something that I really care about, and I'm fired up. So that's the reality. I don't talk about things that I don't love, and I just want to say that to you. So when I got started in my business, let me just say I wasn't sure how I was going to get to do what I've been doing for the last 13 years. And so I visited a resource center in my town to figure out how to make my idea, turn it into a business. Wasn't sure how. I love you too. And I was told that what I wanted to do was impossible. What I'm doing right now and what I've been doing for the last 13 years, I was told, can't do that. Doesn't make any sense. Okay? And I want to say that to those of you, because tonight we're going to be talking to you. If you're an innovator, if you're a thought leader, if you've got these ideas or these dreams of things that you want to do, like maybe what you want to do, no one's doing it yet because you're meant to do it. And so sometimes when you're that way, that was me, right? That's me, that sometimes when you go and share your big ideas with people, they don't know what you're talking about because they haven't seen anyone else doing it. See, I was a mom coach when mom coaching wasn't cool. There were no mom coaches, okay? There were health coaches, business coaches, and life coaches. That's it, okay? But I've been a full-time entrepreneur for the last 10 years, and I say freedom isn't free, right? And I think I have a responsibility to share, what this journey has been like for me and for my husband. In full transparency, we also own a commercial laundry, and we have for 10 or 11 years, and my husband's a full-time entrepreneur as well. And I always like to share that because being an entrepreneur is one thing. Being a full-time entrepreneur for over a decade, you got some systems, you got some things going on. And I don't think too many of us pull back the layers and say, these are the things that we have done to be able to create success in our lives. Now, I've coached over 400 clients, and over 112 of my clients are authors. Half of them are #1 Amazon bestsellers. And I tell you that because what I love to do, hey, Camille, good to see you. What I love to do is take great and brilliant, amazing people who have great ideas and show you how to package those ideas into products, right? See, I have one earring on because, see, that's what happens at night, right? So I like to have people who take great and brilliant ideas and figure out how to monetize those ideas in terms of products, or how to package that, or how to build your own brand, right? Or how to position yourself as an expert. So if you're into that, you're going to love all of my scopes. You're on the phone, take one earring off, girl, cha-ching, right? How about that? I love it, right? You got it. Okay, so tonight, come on, people, nothing less than 30,000 hearts. You guys are amazing, okay? I think I'm pretty close to 600,000, so I'm excited about that. All right, so I'm going to get started so I can, make sure I take good care of you guys and your time, all right, for the night. All right, so here we go. Tonight's topic is the reason that your clients are not buying from you. Thank you so much. We're at 566,000, guys. And just make sure if you're going to heart, that your hearts count. In every 500 hearts, you have to leave the scope and come right back in order for your hearts to count. So if you're going to tap the screen anyway, you just need to know that, all right? Okay, so here's the deal. And I know you guys like to write on my scopes, but if you don't mind writing, and then tapping, that would be really great. All right, So you want to know, I know you want to know the reason why your clients are not buying from you, right? Don't you want to know? Don't you want to know? So somebody said, I want to know, Mia. Like, I want to know why is it if you have a great product, you have a great service, why are people not buying your products and your services? You want to know why? So I've broken down tonight about seven, you got to know, right? You got to know. You want to know. You want to know. You want to know. Please, like, you want to know. I know. Okay, so I'm going to break that down for you guys tonight, and then I'm going to open the floor for some questions because I know it's going to be hot. I know you guys are going to have some questions also. Number one is the number one reason, and these are I'm just saying them as I wrote them down, so they're not in any order of preference, okay? I know you want to know. Number one is that your attitude needs to be adjusted. I'm sorry. I just have to tell you, you're likely not reading. Like, in order for you to be able to sell to clients, what you have to understand is that you have to be magnetic. You've got to work on yourself more than anything ever. Like, sales is all about mindset, communicating who you are with other people. See, the hearts went away. The hearts went away. But if you aren't selling to clients, it is likely because you don't have a reading habit. Your people skills need work. I'm just saying. And a lot of times we don't want to think about that. We're like, hey, tell me the real secret. The real secret is that you have to overcome yourself to sell. All right. You got to overcome what you're thinking to sell. You've got to overcome and be vulnerable to sell. And that's the reality. And your attitude needs adjustment, because when you're going to sell to people, sometimes people are going to say no to you. Sometimes they're going to ask you questions about the things that you're selling. And sometimes it's going to seem like they're attacking you. Sometimes your feelings are going to get hurt because of what they're saying to you. But what you've got to understand is that you need to work on your attitude. And the books that I recommend is We Are Still Reeling from That Spanking Right. I'm sorry, Nicole, but I think this is so important, and a lot of times in the sales process, we like to look at the customer. A lot of times we like to talk about the customer and say, you know, why these people, they didn't want to buy from me, but it's an attitude adjustment. And you got to understand, if you want to be in this game of entrepreneurship, you need to have an exceptional reading habit. You need to have dynamic people skills. You need to be working on who you are all the time. Your mindset, how you communicate with people, how you think about people. And it's impossible to connect with people and be magnetic with people if you don't see the best in them. Hear me on this now. If you don't see, when you see people and you don't see possibility in them and you don't think great things about them, there's nothing that when they're dealing with you is magnetic in dealing with you. You got to understand that. That is so important in the sales process. You know, I'm a coach. I coach people from all different walks of life. And the reality is, a lot of times when my clients come to me, they're still working in the personal development area. Most often, right? Sometimes they're shy. Sometimes they're afraid. Sometimes the things that I'm asking them to do, like it upsets them. Invest in yourself. Your investment is also part of others investing in you. Absolutely. So what you've got to understand is that, you know, at the end of the day, I have to understand that the way my clients come to me is not the way they're going to leave me, okay? And because of that, I read so I can understand where they are, right? You are my client. You are awesome. She is the bounce back strategist, guys, and you need to check her out. You guys need to be following Samira. Her book is coming out next month. Boom. Okay. But you've got to understand that sometimes the people that you're going to be helping and supporting and coaching and working with, when they come to you, they're going to grow as they're with you. They don't come to you already with people skills. So you need to have the best attitude ever so that you can help cultivate, grow, and be that kind of leader for your organization, for your business. Really, really key in sales. This hits my Vibe Tribe comment yesterday. Yes, that's right. Your vibe is your tribe. It's like how you come across. Yes, thank you. Info for her bio, right? Follow her. So let me just say that a lot of times we overlook this step. We think it's the customer, like they have an attitude. They've got a problem. No, they don't have a problem. You've got a problem. If you notice, every time you're dealing with someone and you only see the worst parts of who they are, you need to read and you need to have a great attitude. You need to have a great attitude. And what you need to also understand is that the more you read and the better your attitude becomes, the better the client, the more you'll realize that you can attract the right kind of client because you'll feel like you deserve that client. See, if you aren't investing in your mind, then likely you're trying to work with people who you think can afford your services, not the people who need your services. There is a difference. Number two. Okay. The number two reason that your clients are not buying from you is your prices are too low, so your clients don't trust you. So the number two reason that you're not selling what you need to be selling is because your prices are too low. And because your prices are too low, the people who would normally be working with you, they don't trust you. They don't believe you, okay? And sometimes the reason that we lower our prices is somehow we get in our minds that if I lower my prices, that more people are going to come. No, okay? You ever want to create a headache in your business, try working with the wrong group of people and do that by lowering your prices. What you want to understand is that you need to price your products at the right and services at the right price so that the right client finds you, the client you're meant to work with, okay? And if you don't do that, then you're working with the wrong group of people, or the people who are looking to work with you, who are looking for, they're interviewing coaches. Like they might be meeting with 2 or 3 coaches and you're $50 and these other people are $1,500, just making it up. And they can't figure out that what's wrong with you while you're hitting hard, but it's so true. I'm just saying that this is part of the issue. I meet people all the time, like they're incredibly sharp and brilliant and amazing people. The only problem is that they don't believe it. So because of it, their price reflects that they're on sale. And you will never get a client that respects you if you stay constantly on sale. Come on. You need to have your clients respect the full value of what you offer and what you can do for them. And those clients will listen to you more. They'll be more teachable. They'll be more coachable. They'll appreciate the products and services that you're offering. That's just it, okay? So the reason that clients aren't buying from you is because your prices are too low, and the people who really need your services, they don't trust you because they're trying to figure out why you're trying to sell the thing for $50 that everybody else is selling for $1,000. They don't understand why, okay? And they don't see it as a bargain or a deal. They think something's wrong with it. They think it's not as good, okay? Think about that, all right? And if you think about it like in terms of a car analogy, it's sort of like getting a Mercedes, like a Mercedes that's worth $60,000, and you get this Mercedes for $5,000. But and you're like, well, what's wrong with it? Is the engine okay? And they're like, no, you can just have it for $5,000. You would be looking at that car and examining the car, trying to find something wrong with it, even though you could get that Mercedes that's worth $60,000 for $5,000. It's the same thing. It's the same psychology. You got to understand that. Number three, we even shop with that perception as a society. Completely is how it's done. Okay. Number three is the reason that your clients are not buying from you is because you are afraid to have a sales conversation. You're afraid. You're afraid to have a sales conversation. You don't want to talk about selling. You want to talk about the product. You want to talk about what you love to do. You want to talk about the results of your product. You want to talk about everything, but you don't want to talk about I know, I'm sorry. Okay, but you don't want to have a sales conversation with your client. And the challenge is that the client is not necessarily going to initiate that. You need to stop typing, right? The client is not going to initiate that. You need to do that. And you need to see that offering your client an opportunity to work with you is your way of serving them. For you to avoid the sales conversation is not being a leader in your business, and it's not fully supporting your client. You need to be consultative in your approach to find out what people need from you so that you can help them get what they need from you. And they cannot do that. And I think that is exceptionally selfish. Like if you're talking to me about something, I'm in the store, right? I need basil. And you got organic basil. You've got it. I want it. Okay. And I pick it up. And you say, oh, this basil is great. And it's wonderful. And I say, okay, this is great. I really want it. I want to put my chicken in it tonight and some garlic and throw it in the oven. And then you say, yeah, and it's great. And you know what? And we got it from the local farm. And you start telling me all the features. But you don't tell me how much it is. you won't let me buy it. Are you kidding? That's not cool. That is not cool. And the next time, because you made it really difficult, I'm just going to go to another store that makes that transaction easier. So what you've got to understand is that when you are having a sales conversation with people, you make that sales process easier, and those people will come back over and over again. A client should not have to beg you to work with you, to know what your services are, how much they cost, what's included in them. And if you're making any of that difficult, you've got to change that. That's why they're not buying from you, because they don't have enough information to be able to say yes to you. And that is your responsibility. I know. It's true. Hey, Rhonda, welcome to the broadcast. For those of you who are just joining me, I'm Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist. Now, tonight, I'm breaking down the reasons why your clients might not be buying from you. And I've already covered, Rhonda, a couple of reasons. Number one is that your attitude might need to be adjusted. Like, in order for you to be selling to people, you need to understand you're in the people business. And you've got to be investing in your mindset and how you see people and how you interact with people. Very, very important. The moment you start turning off people, they're not going to want to buy from you. Simple as that. Number two, that your prices are too low. And because of that, your ideal client, they don't trust you. They don't believe you, okay? Because the prices are too low and they just don't believe that it's a good value, because something's wrong with it, because your prices are too low. And number three, you are afraid to have the sales conversation. So when you get to lower the boom, you don't get to, when you get to share with this client how they can take a journey with you, you don't do that. You talk about something else, like the weather or something else. All right. And if you're guilty of that, and all I'm going to say is that you can change anytime. Number four is that you have not invested in education, teaching, mentorship that holds you accountable to a monetary goal. Because I'm going to tell you, the reason that your clients aren't buying from you sometimes is because you aren't accountable with anyone around your sales goal. I'm just saying. All right. Nobody knows what you're trying to make this quarter. Nobody knows how many customers you're trying to get in front of this week. And because of that, you can hide from you. You can hide from the results that you want. You guys know I'm telling you the truth. So even though they're not a stream of hearts, like a million hearts, because this is true, you're not telling people what you want to make this year, what your goal is in terms of what do you want to earn this year. You're not saying to other people, how many customers you need to get in front of. You're not sharing what your package breakdowns are. You're not sharing those details with anyone. It's a secret. And so you do that because then you don't have to be accountable to the action of what it takes. Sometimes we don't do it because we don't want anyone to know in case it doesn't work. But guess what doesn't work? Keeping it to yourself does not work. You have to have accountability around the sales process. You have to have accountability around your numbers. Very, very important. If someone said to me, hey, Mia, I want to make $100,000 this year. One of the first things I want to know is, okay, so what are your, what is your plan to get there? And then, of course, I want to know, what are your programs? What are your services? How much are you selling them for? How many of these are you selling? Okay, what's your plan? What's your lead generation cycle look like? How are you trying to convert these clients? What's happening? But if you're not having those conversations with your coach, your teacher, your mentor, your mastermind, this is why your clients are not buying from you, because you don't have a real number. So when I get up every day, I have a number. I know exactly what I'm looking to do each and every day, whether it's a passive stream or whether it's directly with my client calls and follow-ups. I know exactly what I got a number. I have a number, and I know exactly each month and each quarter what that number needs to be in the different categories for my product line. That's a tip. Success does not happen accidentally. It happens because you have a plan of how you're going to get there. And if you don't have a plan and you're not sharing that plan and being transparent in a community, in a coaching relationship in some way, I guarantee it is likely that you are not making the money that you want to make, because it is a secret. You're not really doing the work that you need to. It's something about telling other people. It just makes you do things that you wouldn't normally do, right? It makes you pick up the phone. It makes you have a sales conversation that you might not have had because you got to meet those numbers. Very important. I had a client call me tonight who just closed a great deal with a corporate brand. Really, really cool. Why? Because we had a sales conversation about the numbers. And literally what she said to me a couple of weeks ago, we've been going back and forth about her sales strategy. And I said to her, I don't want to hear how nice your products are anymore or your services are anymore. I want to hear the numbers. So when you call me, don't talk to me about anything other than the numbers. Tell me the numbers. What are the numbers? How many people did you sign? What is the contract for? What is the dollar conversation that you're having? That's the only conversation I want to have with you. That's it. Everything else up to now, we know you're great. We know you provide great and amazing products. But what are the numbers? Let's talk that language. And you need to make sure that there's someone that's taking a stand for your success that has a vested interest in seeing you convert the sales, meet your numbers. Okay? And I want to say something to you, those of you who have soft places to fall. So you guys know who I'm talking to. It's those entrepreneurs who, maybe you've got a job or maybe your spouse is funding your business and you don't really have to do it. Like you want to do it, but you don't really have to do it. So therefore you kind of hide behind all of that. I'm going to tell you that you do your family a disservice. Get out there and get your numbers. You can do this and not make it an excuse. Get yourself accountable. Run your business like a big business. And then you'll feel so incredibly proud of yourself because you'll be able to set those numbers for yourself each and every quarter and see those things happening in your business and realize that you can do it. You can do it. Okay, but you can't do it if you don't have accountability around that. Number 5, you're not marketing to your target audience. So if you are not getting clients to buy from you, likely you are not marketing to your target audience. And that is a whole exercise in and of itself. But it's very, 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 Mia said, if not, it's not about money. Don't be blowing her up. Don't blow me up. I don't want to talk about how nice you are or how great your products are, right? It's a song. Oh, is that a song? I don't know that. Okay. I don't want to have that conversation. At some point, I know I get lost about that. At some point, I want to talk about your numbers. I want to talk about how many of these packages are you trying to sell this quarter so we can get you to your number. I want to know how many conversations do you need to have that creates conversion for that. I want to know how many platforms are you on that convert for you. What are the platforms? I mean, is it a social media platform? Is it a marketing campaign? What's the numbers? Because numbers don't lie. And it's really important for you to be good at that and to understand that that's your responsibility in growing a great and profitable business as well. And you need to make sure that you are marketing. Number 5, okay. Number 5 is that you are not marketing to your target audience. That means that sometimes what entrepreneurs do is they believe that you converted 2 webinars this week up top. I'm proud of you. Okay, you need to post that in the community. I'm proud of you. Not marketing to your target audience. Yes. What you have to understand is a lot of times what entrepreneurs do is they say they have this approach where they're trying to market to everyone. Well, everyone is not your market, and you need to understand exactly who is your customer. And there's some demographics about those customers that they have in common. For me, I get very specific about who my customer is. What age is my customer? Is she married? Is she single? Does she have a dog? Does she have a cat? Has she been divorced before? Does she own her home or not? There are patterns that our customers and our clients and habits that our clients have. And when you get clear about what organizations they're a part of, what are their habits, and you can market to platforms that attract that target audience and be directly in front of them. It's so funny because sometimes when I'm hanging out with my clients, particularly like when I do my retreat, it amazes me how dynamic and incredible each of the women are, and in some ways similar, because I have a certain demographic that I attract as my target audience, and it doesn't mean that there aren't outliers, but let's say 85% of your demographic is totally on target. If people aren't buying from you, it's because you don't know your target audience and you are marketing to everyone, and your products and services are not created for everyone. See, my products are for women who are smart, they're sharp, They believe in self-investment. They are high integrity people. Like, they care about other people. They're go-givers. And they're women that are looking to overcome themselves, that family is important to them. They value family, that relationships are important to them. They believe in self-investment, whether it's reading a book or taking a class or investing in a coach. Those are my clients. And typically, when I go places where those women are who believe in those things, converting is easy when you're in front of the right group of people. That's what you need to know. And converting is hard when you're in front of the wrong demographic with the right product, because that right product isn't right for them. Got it? Okay. Number 6 is you've created a product and service without considering what your target audience wants from you. Now, this happens a lot, where I have a client that gets so excited about creating a product and they don't do any testing of the market. Like, what do clients want from you? What do they want from you? Not what you want to give them. What do they want from you specifically? And one of the things I found over the years you have to do is you have to ask them. You have to ask your clients, what do they want from you? And I like to survey my clients. I love to call my clients and say, what did you like about this? And I just listen to what they're saying, okay? Because it helps me to figure out, what do I need to do more of? What I need to do less of? What was the value that these clients had? Particularly if they're clients that I absolutely adore, I want to hear from them, like, what did you like? What was it specifically? What would you like to see more of? Okay. What would you like to see change? And a lot of times we have clients and we're so busy trying to put on the face of we're the expert, we've got it all together. And you forget that you've got your demographic right there. You need to ask those people, how can I make this better? What do I need to do? I'm going to drink some water. 1 second. Does that make sense? So one of the reasons that clients aren't buying from you is because you're creating your products in a vacuum. And what you need to do is bring your products to the marketplace and start testing, asking audiences, doing marketing, and finding out what they want from you specifically. How do people perceive you in terms of what do they want from you? Do they want books? Do they want courses? Do they want coaching from you? If so, do they want one-to-one coaching from you? Do they want group coaching from you? What do they want from you? And ask them. And don't be afraid to ask them. And they'll tell you exactly what they want. When I was putting together my Core Moms coaching program, that's exactly how I built it. I listened to what people said they wanted from me. People literally wrote down for me 9 or 10 different topics that they knew I was really good at, like from branding, how to pitch, how to position yourself as an expert, how to create product, how to outsource. These are the topics people told me that they wanted me to teach on. And that's how I built my course, from what people wanted from me. And guess what? I knew that those people were going to buy the course because they already told me what they wanted. When I just did a life and business series in 2015, it was a live event series that I did for an event each and every month. I did the same thing. I asked for the course topics. People told me exactly what they wanted me to talk about. And I chose a couple of those. And based on those, that's how I planned the whole series. So you've got to be able to ask your clients, what do they want from you? It's not about you. It's about what you can provide to them in the marketplace to serve them. Okay. And a lot of us never, ever think of doing that. And number 7, and this is really good, is you don't have a lead capture system or you're stingy with it. So let me tell you what I mean by that. So if your clients aren't buying from you, you probably don't have a way to generate leads for your programs and your products. Okay, so you don't have a lead system, a way to get people to come through your funnel to kind of test you out and see what's going on. You don't have a way when you are launching your products and services to be able to say, I'm ready now, you guys are ready, and you have a list of people who have pent up demand, who have expressed interest in your programs, who can say yes. So likely that's happening. Or if you have those things and you're doing free giveaways or webinars or something like that, you're stingy with it. And what I mean by that is that you are giving people not your best stuff. You're giving people stuff that they don't want. You're giving them crap. So you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like giving somebody a PDF that it's like it was your worst product. I believe that if you want to work with people and you want to work with quality people and you want them to know that you're quality, give them great content. Like, give them great things, okay? Because then they have an opportunity to get to know what working with you really is about. And I know that in the industry, particularly in coaching or in the expert space, that there's a psychology around that. And a lot of people don't believe that. Like, they don't want to give you their best stuff. But you know what? If you go to catch.me and you search my name, Mia_Redrick, and you look at those scopes that I have, it's all great scopes, all great quality scopes. You could look at all of those scopes and then say, you know what, and be coached from that, because there's so much great quality there. But the vast majority of people look at it. I get emails a couple of times a week that say, Mia, I knew you were my coach because I looked at, okay, you missed 7, okay. I looked at something that you said, and I realized that you're my coach. I actually just got 2 clients. It was like a $6,600 contract. Why? Because they did that very thing. They went on Catch. I didn't know. I had never talked to them. They looked at the video clips, and from there they were able to make a decision. And if you aren't getting clients, meaning passively that they're just coming to you, right? Because you want clients just coming to you, right? It's because you're not giving away great quality content, something that makes them say, golly, I totally feel like I know what you offer. I feel more connected to who you are, and as a result of that, you don't have a lead capture system, or you're stingy with it. And what I mean by that is that you're stingy with it. You're giving them something like an audio, an ebook, something that's junk that they don't really need, that won't really serve them. And what I recommend is that you give people great and amazing content, because guess what? That's what they're going to associate you with, is what you give them. All right, the hearts went away. I'm Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. You guys can always check me out at miaredrick.com, and sign up for my email list there, so that in case Periscope goes away one day, we can stay connected. That's a good idea. Sign up for my newsletter list. Or you can visit me at katch.me and search Mia_Redrick. I've been coached to share the why and hide the how. Ooh, so that's a whole nother thing. Okay, so here's the thing. All right, what you said is so interesting, because one of the things that I believe and what I teach, and I've talked about on several of my scopes, so I'm not just saying this tonight, hey there, good to see you, is that I don't trust anyone that teaches the why and doesn't break down the how-to. And the reason is because I was a corporate trainer. And so as a corporate trainer, I could get a manual and read it and teach almost anything that I was supposed to teach. But I didn't have to. That's been hard for me too, right? To do, right? So here's the thing. But I'm going to tell you why that happens also. So I could get a manual and I could teach the why for anything. But because if I didn't use the program, I could never answer anybody's question for implementation, because I didn't know the how-to. Because the how-to, you can only teach if you've done it. All right. And that's why I think that's one of the things that separates really high-level information from basic information. So that's part 1. But part 2 is one of the reasons that people teach the why only is, you agree, I appreciate you. One of the reasons that people teach the why only is because if I teach you the why, okay, and I never teach you the how, then you have to come back to me over and over again, right? Because you cannot implement in your business. So if I keep everything really broad for you, then you never quite know exactly what to do. So you always are dependent on your teacher, your coach, your mentor to come back over and over again. I actually have a different approach in my business. I have a different approach in my business. And my approach is I teach a how-to. And I believe that when you do that, there's a value of the client being your client for a lifetime. I've seen this. I experienced this in my own business. I experienced this with my own teachers and investments because they've taught me the how-to. You know what? That's trusted information. I will go back a million times year after year after year because I get what I need there. Okay? So I believe in teaching the how-to, of breaking it down. What good is working with someone that doesn't teach you the how-to? Like, I don't know. So it's just, that's my come from. So I don't just teach the why, I teach the how-to, because at the end of the day, what good is outsourcing if you don't know how to do it? Okay, so you just got this big picture of what it looks like, and you don't know how to build your team. Okay, all right. Okay, So did this scope support you guys today? I just got a note and I was like, what? Did this scope support you guys today? I'm thinking that you might have questions for me. So I want to open the floor up for you guys. Yes, okay. I want to open the floor up for you guys that spoke to you, okay? What questions do you guys have for me? Any questions based on anything that I shared? Yes, good info. I always like to just kind of keep it real with you guys and explaining to you what it's going to take in order to create transactions in your business. See, if you're not creating transactions in your business, it's hard to stay in business. And these are really the reasons why most people don't stay in business, because they haven't worked on themselves. They've got attitude problem when they're dealing with people. Trust me, if you're in business, you got to be magnanimous. You need to be attractive. You need to be magnetic, and you need to understand the psychology of your customer, and you got to read to be able to do that. Number two, like when people are thinking about investing with you, sometimes they are afraid. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're excited. Sometimes they've got unanswered questions, and you've got to read. You got to really understand their psychology and not take it personally when they're not investing with you as quickly as you would like. Number two, if your prices are too low, your customers won't trust you. You just got to know that. And you need to check. You need to do a price check. Do a price check and look and say, is this really what this program is worth? Okay. And number three, you're afraid to have the sales conversation. You're afraid. Okay. And that can be overcome in time. And there's really great books that I like to read. One is called How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success Through Selling. Sometimes I fear it would seem as though I'm more interested in making money than in the person. Well, you're in business. So, if you're in business, you understand there's a transaction. I can care about you and also process a transaction that will fully support you. Why would I not give you exactly what you need? Can you imagine in my commercial laundry business that you need your laundry picked up, and I never ever say, here's a contract. How many days a week do you want us to come? Or how many times a month do you want us to come? How is that servicing the client? It's not. Okay, so what you've got to understand is you finishing that conversation allows you to fully support that client. Okay, that's your responsibility. And not doing that really is not being responsible with that client. It's not looking out for their best interest. That's how I see it. Number four is you haven't invested in any education, any training, any teacher, any sales training, a mentor, a coach, anyone holding you accountable around your profit center in your business. And you need to have that. And you're likely hiding from your results. You're hiding from it, right? Nobody knows what you're trying to do. And so you might not even know what you're trying to do, or it's a secret. And you need to not do that. You've got to actually share that with your accountability and mastermind partners. You need to be sharing that with your coach. You need to have projections and numbers for the year. What are you going to do? How are you going to get to your number this year? How are you going to make six figures this year? It doesn't just come together because you say the number. It comes together because you have a plan that backs it up. Okay. How many programs do you need to sell this year? Who's the client you need to get in front of? What's the activity need to look like every day? Like, what's the sales conversations how many do you need to have each week to get to that number for your quarter goal? All right. That's what we need to be talking about. Number five, you are not marketing to your target audience. You're marketing to everyone. You need to be marketing to your target audience specifically. Number six, you have created products and services without considering what's best for the client. Like, you are creating products in a vacuum, and you need to actually start surveying your clients, find out what they want from you, what do they need from you, and build a great and amazing product based on their need, okay? Based on their need, okay? And next, you don't have a lead capture system, or you're stingy with what you're giving out. So if you do have a lead generation system, what you're giving out to your clients, you're not giving them great stuff. And I recommend giving people great and amazing content so that they get to know who you are and what you're offering. And therefore, they'll trust you more. They get a sample of what it is. Think of it this way. Imagine that you walked into your favorite ice cream shop, right? And they gave you yucky ice cream that wasn't selling. Would you buy an ice cream cone? Would you? No, that's not how it works, right? If you go and you're sampling anything, people are going to give you what's great and amazing. They're going to give you the top sellers. Why? Because they want to give you the best stuff, because then you say, wow, this is really good. And you'll say yes to that and maybe some other things. You'll trust them more. You got to do the same things in your business. And a lot of times small business entrepreneurs don't operate like that. They're giving people things that they don't want. Okay. And so then that client's first impression of you isn't good. All right. So give people great and amazing content on your webinars, on your telecalls, on your ebooks, whatever you're giving out up front, make it be amazing. All right. So did this scope support you guys? Somebody say yes. Did this scope support you guys? And if there are any questions, I'm going to open the floor now, and I'll give you guys like 10 seconds to write your questions down, and I'll answer those. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes. Okay. Great. All right. Are there any questions for me? Are there any questions for me? Are there any questions for me? All right. Yes, it did. Okay. Great. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you guys have 5 more seconds. All right, perfect. All right. So, of course, I'd love to support you guys a couple ways. One is the Moms Academy, which is it's done here on Periscope. It's in a private group. I break down the how-to, okay? I break down the how-to. It's in a private group on Periscope. It's a 1-hour coaching call that I do just like this, but I break down the how-to step by step. We talk about how to create product, how to monetize product, how to build your brand, how to build your life, also in the training. I can never catch it in here. Can you leave your email in a private tweet message? I can do that, and it's Mia. Let me give it to you also. Okay. It's Mia, M-I-A, _ Redrick, R-E-D-R-I-C-K, at findingdefinitions.com. I'm going to say it again. Mia, M-I-A, _ Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. Mia _ Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. That's my personal email address. The Moms Academy is a 1-hour coaching call on Periscope each and every month. And you also get access to a private community where you can post your questions there as well. And my goal is to teach you how to build a great, amazing business, amazing business and life that you enjoy, right? Because that's what it's about. And I think your life informs your business. Thank you for putting that there, Nicole. There it is right there. I believe your life informs your business. And when you're a mom, we can't ignore the fact that you are a mom, so that we can make sure you show up more consistently in your business by looking at your life. So I always coach moms in their life and their business. Now, the Moms Academy is a 12-month commitment, because I don't coach clients for under 12 months, because what am I going to do in like 1 month? What's going to happen in 1 month in your business? But you do have a 30-day guarantee. So you have a 30-day guarantee where if you don't like it, you can always leave at the end of 30 days, okay? But it is $117 a month. It's $117 a month. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right? And then we also have a coaching program, which is Core Moms Coaching. Core Moms Coaching is, can you put back up again, right? It's, I'll just say it again. It's Mia _ Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. Now, you can also go to KATCH.me and search my name, and then just click on comments, and you'll see it right there as well. All right. So also there's Core Moms Coaching, which is an entrepreneurial program where there are 3 calls a month on the phone. There's a 1-hour business call in a group setting, a 1-hour life systems call, and a 1-hour open coaching call where you can ask whatever you want. The Core Moms Coaching Program, you also get assigned to accountability partners to mastermind with, and you also have a private community to share resources, to hold yourself accountable as a community. Great, great groups of moms in all the groups, okay? And that program, if your business makes under $50,000, which most of my entrepreneurs, that's the case, is $4,200 a year. It's $4,200 a year, $350 a month, or 3 payments of $1,200, so you save $1,400. Yep. And 1 flat payment of $3,000. So you can coach with me the whole year in that program for $3,000. That's it. All right. And then I'm on all the calls so that you know that. So those are live calls with me as well. All right. So you can go to Core Moms Coaching, coremomscoaching.com, CORE momscoaching.com. All right. The momsacademy.com was the other. And then my email address is Mia_Redrick at findingdefinitions.com. And I'm like really excited about being able to work with you guys. You know, I have a great Periscope fam. 11K hearts for an amazing lady. You guys are awesome. I just adore you guys. Thank you so much. Okay. Did I answer the questions that were on the floor today? Did I answer all the questions before I sign out? Did I answer any questions? All right. Any questions about the Moms Academy or Core Moms, guys? Any questions? Okay. All right. All right. So, anyway, it's been great sharing with you guys tonight. If you're just joining me, yeah, thank you. If you're just joining me, be sure to catch the replay. Today I was talking about the reasons your clients aren't buying from you, and I broke down some really great reasons why. I'm Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist, and I support moms with life and business success. Make sure you check out my past scopes. They're over 150 at katch.me and search Mia_Redrick, okay? With that, I'm going to say good night, guys. I thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you guys, okay? Good night. Bye.